Good morning. We're at the American Nuclear Society meeting in Chicago. I'm talking to Dr. Michael Corradini, who's the president of American Nuclear Society. Good morning, Dr. Corradini. This is your leadership year. And while everyone looks to leaders as kind of able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, I think probably what people are really interested in is the kinds of things. What gets you up in the morning, gets you excited about the job, and makes you want to come in and have an impact on the organization?
Well, that's an interesting question. First of all, I don't leap tall buildings anymore. I don't, or I'll hurt myself. But seriously, I think what when I was asked if I wanted to be a candidate for the office, and I said yes, I thought at that time, really, what's the purpose of a presidency of a professional organization? So I think the simple answer is that at least in my time at the university, and I've been there for over 3 decades, you tend to find that the best way to lead is to serve the membership or to serve the constituency and try to assemble ideas and take them in a direction that really helps the group. For the American Nuclear Society, particularly where we are, I think, historically, I think that really would focus on a number of issues. And so there's 3 that come to mind. One is our current president, Eric Lowen, who's about to roll off and become a past president, has really tried to emphasize strategic planning. That is, where we had a strategic plan in 2006. He wants to essentially update it and try to, what I'll call it, narrow and focus it so that we have very clear goals over the next 5-6 years, and we try to attempt to achieve these goals. One of them, just to bring one up, is in the area of membership. We've been very successful in increasing our membership, expanding how the American Nuclear Society is viewed by a number of professionals in both power production, medical technology, as well as safeguards and security. I think we want to continue that. And one of the big things in the strategic plan is basically to essentially improve the services we give to our members so that they really feel that they're getting something for what they pay in their dues, and they have a lot of professional, have a lot of avenues for professional development and growth. So I would say strategic planning is one. The second one is my particular interest area, and again, as I said, historically it comes out from being where we are after the unfortunate events of the Japan accident, and that is what tended to come to my mind is that people still don't understand nuclear technology, nuclear science and technology as much as they should. We have a brand new center which is affiliated with the American Nuclear Society, the Center for Nuclear Science and Technology Information. I think the main thrust of that is to try to get out educational information about the technology, to try to reach out to the general public in a number of various audiences, K through 12, congressional or national leaders, the media, the general public, local sections helping in that regard, to try to inform them as to what we're all about as a technology, answer their questions quite honestly. If we don't understand, if we're not clear of what they're asking or we're not sure, we have to say that as part of our discussion, and then really engage in that sort of conversation in an objective and neutral way, right? And so I think that's a very big push this year. The center was started by gifts given to the American Nuclear Society, and we want to use that to really push in those areas to try to improve what we do in education and outreach. And that'll probably be my major thrust this year. The third area, which we always talk about when we're a volunteer organization, is we want to make sure that all the ins equal all the outs, so to speak. So financially, we want to essentially improve our status. This year, we're going through a rebudgeting in terms of how we actually explain our budget to our members, understand what they're paying for, what benefits they get, and I think we want to keep and stay on a financially sound footing going forward. And that, although that's the job of the treasurer, as the president, I try to at least understand and help as any way I can. And a lot of that has to do with essentially improving our services to our members. So those are the 3 things: strategic planning, education and outreach, and a financial sound footing for the future.
It's an ambitious agenda, but sounds like one that you've got your arms wrapped around. Let me ask you this.
Well, I have not to interrupt you, but I have a very good executive committee. So the past president isn't getting off the hook. He's going to be helping. The vice president, president-elect, both of them are extremely good from the industrial and professional world in terms of strategic planning, so I will lean on them heavily.
Actually, that was where my question was going. Every ANS president stands on the shoulders of giants. So the question is, have any of the past presidents offered any advice for your year in the leadership role?
Well, the past presidents offer a lot of advice. So we have to decide what we take and what we don't have time for. But in these areas that I mentioned, strategic planning, education and outreach, and a financially sound footing, I've gotten very good advice from Joe Colvin, Eric Lowen, and Don Hoffman, and the past presidents before them. And I think we're pretty much in tune and in concert going forward with these three focus areas. As I said, Eric and Don are extremely capable in the area of strategic planning, so I will use them as much as they're willing to be used, so to speak, in helping me in that area. Our treasurer, Mikey Brady, is doing an excellent job in reorganizing our financial status going forward, and I look upon her help in that area. And then I feel fairly confident and comfortable with education and outreach, but I will say that Joe Colvin has been extremely successful in getting the center funded and looking for additional resources to build up the activities that we can do in education and outreach.
Thank you very much. We've been talking with Dr. Michael Corradini at the American Nuclear Society meeting in Chicago about his leadership year.
Thank you.